Man, I don't even know where to start with this for real, because Marvel gave us some of the best movie theater experiences known to mankind, and now they're dropping shit like Deadpool, Wolverine, Captain America, Brave New World. Is Craven even a part of the MCU, or is he like in that Venom universe that they're trying to build? Thunderbolts. Don't even get me started on Thunderbolts, bro. That was a team of side characters in other movies that they tried to present as the Avengers. They're not even ready to be the Avengers. They lost to Sentry. Sentry obviously is OP, broken as shit. He was literally the Void in the movie. I'm gonna give him that. You know what I'm saying? But like, at those of you who didn't like Deadpool Wolverine, cool. We about to bond real quick because that shit was ass. Y'all open with a dance sequence for 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and then reversed Logan, the greatest movie that y'all have put out, bro. Okay, so after a quick Google search, apparently Logan isn't even a part of the MCU. It's a part of the X-Men universe. So that's my bad. Logan was a masterpiece. That shit was action packed. It was gory. It was emotional. Like, Logan became a dad in that movie. Like, that movie worked on so many different levels, bro. And he was taking care of what's his name? Professor X. How do I forget Professor X's name, bro? It's a fucking letter. He took care of Professor Xavier. He was holding it down in that movie. And that was the goodbye to Hugh Jackman, bro. Like, I love his Wolverine. Do not get me wrong. He's been my Wolverine since I was little, bro. But, like, he's expressed several times in interviews that he likes to put the character down because, you know, the exercising, gaining weight, losing weight. He's like, I don't know. He's like, what, 56, 50, coming up on 60 now? I don't know. He's like in between 50 and 60 right now. And it's getting to be a bit much for him. And he's like, yo, okay. Like, but, hey, man, they brought him back for Deadpool and Wolverine. So, you know, till he's 80, I guess. Right, guys? I'm sorry. Let's go over the timeline real quick and see why nobody cares about Marvel anymore. Starting out, we got Blade. Obviously not a part of the MCU, but still one of the first, probably, I think he's the first Marvel movie to hit the screen. And he's a Marvel character, which has got to count for something. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about Marvel here, so we're going to talk about everybody here. Same with the X-Men movies and Tobey Maguire. These are all really, really good series. They have their little ups and downs, you know. Some got to get a little campy, you know. But yeah, man, they were fun as hell to grow up with, man. Then here are a couple movies that I haven't seen just yet, like The Incredible Hulk from 2003. In my defense, now, to my diehard Hulk fans, I am also a diehard Hulk fan. However, before, hold on. I was told there was no Hulk in it. I was like 10. I think I bought the DVD. My dad went and watched it and was like, yeah, there's no Hulk in this. And I just put it down. I was like, all right, there's no reason for me to watch it. But that is besides the point. I'm grown now. I can watch it. I might not. I saw a couple clips about it. It looks dope. But yeah. Next up, we have Daredevil. I don't know. This isn't going to be in order. These honorable mentions aren't going to be in order. This was just what I wrote down. But Daredevil was also another early Marvel adaptation, screen, whatever you want to call it, Marvel movie, not MCU. I don't know how to feel about these movies because I didn't see them. And I did see a little bit of the Daredevil movie. I saw the part where he threw the guy on the train track and he got cut in half. I don't think he showed it. I don't think they showed it. I'm for sure not showing it because Jesus Christ. But I also wasn't really a huge Daredevil guy until the show came out. When Netflix dropped that Daredevil show, bro, I'm telling you, I was on the edge of my seat every single episode. Even season 1, bro. I loved season 1, but I'll surely skip to season 2. Now I've seen it all. I'll skip to season 2 and watch that, and I'll be happy. But lastly, we have Ghost Rider, also another Marvel character, not Marvel movie. I might have seen it once. Yeah, I might have seen it once. I don't recall it though. I think I've seen it once. But, you know, it was pretty solid. It was pretty solid. So, all right. So, phase 1. This is where we start out with our MCU. This is where we start out with Iron Man. This is a very, very good movie. They start off on a high note with this one, man. This one was really good. Probably a 9. Was this a 10? I can't give the first one a 10 out of 10. I'm sorry, Robert Downey Jr. I can't give the first one a 10. It's just we can't start out that high. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if I'm gonna rate these. I don't know if I'm gonna rate these just yet because this is my first time doing a commentary video and I don't know how to do this shit. So, like I said, we have Iron Man. Very, very good movie. Started on a very, very high note with this one. Then next up, we have Iron Man 2 dropping directly. Well, not directly after that, but not as strong as Iron Man 1, but still very good. I'd probably give this one about a 7 out of 10 just because I didn't really feel the villain. I thought the villain was just kind of like boring, I guess. Like the whips were cool, the electric whips are cool, but you know, overall, like him as a character, I thought he was kind of boring to me. And then we're not even gonna count the Incredible Hulk because one, it hurts that we're never gonna get another movie, and then two, that dude did not want to fight, bro. Why did Hulk not want to fight in that movie, bro? That irritated the heck out of me. Like, I'm gonna put a clip up and show you guys what I'm talking about. He only wanted to start fighting once he started getting bitched in front of Betty. Like, I want a Hulk that wants to put hands on somebody. You know what I'm saying? I want a Hulk that's gonna go out of his way to beat the ever living life out of the Abomination, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's just me though. I'm a tough critic, and I just want to see Hulk smash something and break buildings and do some shit like he did in Age of Ultron. You know what I'm saying? That was the closest we've gotten to a MCU Hulk. Other than that, bro, we really have been. MCU has been lacking as far as Hulk goes. They've been doing my boy dirty. Next up, we got Thor. Thor was pretty good after the second or third watch. I give it probably about an 8. At first, when I watched it, I was like, okay, this was okay. You know, I don't know. I went to the theater. I was probably like 14 when it came out, and I watched it. And I was like, okay, this is okay. You know, this is nice. Cool movie, you know, Marvel movie. Then I watched it again, and I was like, oh, they're going a comedy route. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, you have X-Men, you have fucking Tobey Maguire, you have Spider-Man, you have all these like super serious movies, and then you come out with Thor, which was going for more of a comedic route. They're starting to tell jokes and shit, and yeah, I mean, it was pretty good. I probably give this one about an 8. Captain America 1, this one did not grab me. Like, I'm so sorry, bro. This one did not grab me like any other movie did, bro. Probably about a 6 out of 10, and plus it just felt like super long. It was pretty forgettable. Like, there weren't any really strong characters besides Cap and the girl that he likes. Other than that, I guarantee you're not gonna remember anybody but Red Skull. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry, that movie was just not that good. Next up, we got the first Avengers movie. I remember exactly the seat. If you took me into this theater, I will tell you which seat I sat in. Bro, this movie was crazy. I saw this one for one of my birthdays, and it was crazy, bro. Seeing everybody on the screen together was awesome. Even if Hawkeye was there, he didn't really ruin it too bad for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a huge Hawkeye hater. It's just he's just man with bow. But yeah. Here, it's safe to assume that everybody was still pretty locked in. You know what I'm saying? They just dropped one of their best movies, and it was met with so much praise. People loved the first Avengers movie. We all grew up with, you know what I'm saying, all these characters, and they built up the characters in the MCU to bring them together so it made sense in the first Avengers movie. This was a very solid phase. Everything carried its own weight, and they rounded it out with the first Avengers movie, obviously, which was just great to see. All the characters that I've read about and watched on the big screen, it was epic, bro. It was epic. Overall, I give this phase probably about a 9 out of 10. Then going into phase 2, about a year later, we got Iron Man 3. This one was kind of weak, in my opinion. I think the villain was like some corporate guy. I don't recall the real villain. I do remember my boy Ben Kingsley was in this one. Bro, Ben, I loved you in Moses, bro. Some of y'all know, some of y'all don't. But Ben Kingsley played Moses in one of the you know, Bible story movies I grew up with, and I was like geeked to see him. But then when it turned out he wasn't really the villain, it kind of deflated the movie for me a little bit. Then we have Thor: Dark World, which I wasn't a huge fan of, but I feel like it told a good story, a decent story. I just only seen it once or twice, so I don't really have anything against this movie. I don't really have too much good to say about it either. But yeah, Captain America: Winter Soldier, above and beyond, top 3 Marvel movies that they've put out point blank. You ask anybody who's seen Marvel movies, they will tell you Captain America Winter Soldier is one of the greatest movies that they've put out. Just the story, the conflict, Cap trying to unbrainwash his friend while also having to fight him, like physically, like just go toe to toe with him every single time. Like, bro. And then the action was crazy. Like, the choreography in that movie was insane, bro. Next up, we have Guardians of the Galaxy, another banger. I would have appreciated more black music from this era, though. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? It was Star-Lord, so I'm not really, like, you know, too surprised, I guess you could say. You know, I'm not saying the whole thing should have been like Temptations of Michael Jackson, but you know what I'm saying? Come on, everybody loves MJ. Come on, man. Next up, we have Avengers Age of Ultron, another really, really good movie. We got a real fight out of the Hulk here. We got Iron Man busted out the Hulk Buster, you know what I'm saying? he went toe to toe with the Hulk. Like, it was just Tony and Hulk going back and forth, trading blows. Fucking Tony threw an elevator at Hulk, bro. And then punched the shit out of him, and then Hulk spat out a tooth and said, "Let's keep going." Bro, like, come on, man. Like, that is the Hulk that I'm looking for. Not this pussy Hulk in fucking Endgame. I'm not looking for smart Hulk, bro. If they pull out Gray Hulk, I'm unplugging Marvel Studios, okay? But another solid phase, I'd say probably about a 9.5 out of 10 since they dropped Winter Soldier, Guardians, and Age of Ultron. Those are a few of my favorites from this phase. Yeah. Oh, shit, dude. I forgot Ant-Man. Oh, my God. Ant-Man came out after Age of Ultron. Jesus Christ, that's gonna ding you an entire point. So yeah, this is actually gonna be an 8.5 actually, because Ant-Man fucking sucks. None of his movies are good. I'm sorry to my Ant-Man people, bro. I'm gonna piss you off this video, bro. I'm not giving a single Ant-Man video a good review. I'm so sorry, bro. But next up, we have Phase 3 a year later. A year after Phase 2 ended, we have Captain America Civil War. This was the introduction to Black Panther and I believe Spider-Man's first movie. Yeah, Spider-Man's first movie. Cap betrays Stark for his boy Bucky, which is low-key realistic as fuck because that was his boy before everything. Bucky was pulling him out of alleys when he was getting beat the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like, Bucky has been his boy since, like, before he got the juice, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I understand. Civil War was one of the greatest, another top 5 movie that they've put out. Next up, we have Doctor Strange, a really, really good one. I loved the story. Benedict Cumberbatch is another one of my favorite actors. I really liked him in Sherlock, the TV show, and a couple of other things. I know he's in a couple of other things that I fucked with. Oh, Star Trek. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, Star Trek 2. But yeah, Doctor Strange, really good movie. I saw this one super late at night. It came on the TV. Nobody else was up. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just watch some Doctor Strange, and it was epic. Next up, we have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I think this is the one with like Star-Lord's dad or something. Not a lot of replay value in this one, in my opinion. Didn't really like it that much. Didn't really remember it that much either. Sorry to my Guardians heads, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. This one just was kind of boring to me. So it's just kind of like, but it wasn't bad. It just didn't really grab me. You know what I mean? Next up, we have Spider-Man Homecoming. We have Tom Holland's first official solo movie. It's not bad or crazy, honestly. I've only really seen it twice. My biggest problem with Tom Holland's Spider-Man is they put him through loss, you know, like in his last movie. What was that? Far From Home? Some Way Home? I don't know, something about home, bro, with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. They came back for the movie. You know which movie I'm talking about. That movie kind of was just fan service, and then the rest of his movies are just kind of like him just getting saved by Tony. I don't know, man. Tom Holland's Spider-Man just doesn't really. I can't get with Tom Holland's Spider-Man, bro. Tobey Maguire is the best. He has the best Spider-Man. I think Tobey Maguire is the best of both worlds. He's got a really good Spider-Man. He's got a really good Peter Parker, even though he's like, 27 in the movie. Andrew Garfield has I really liked Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, bro. I really wanted a third Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be vulnerable real quick, bro. I wanted a third Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. That shit would have gone hard. I don't care. But his Peter Parker was just too, I don't know, cool, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's really bullying that nigga, bro? Like, he just seems chill as hell. And then Tom Holland Spider-Man, like, I guess his Peter Parker is charming enough. You know what I'm saying? He's just a kid, excited to, be running with the Avengers and shit. But like at the same time, bro, like he's been bailed out by Tony in every single time. He's finally, and I'm low key looking forward to seeing what they're gonna do with his Spider-Man now that he's like completely alone. This is Spider-Man. Spider-Man in Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man for Andrew Garfield, completely alone, bro. No Avengers, no backup. They're holding down New York. They're fighting the Sinister Six. They're fighting fucking Venom, Carnage, fucking who else is in fucking Sandman? You know what I'm saying? He's holding this down by himself, bro. There's no Avengers to come save him, bro. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that. I was kind of disappointed with his first, 3 movies where he just didn't experience loss. He didn't experience anything really that defines him as a Spider-Man character. Like he's living like in a fucking penthouse with his aunt, and his aunt is just happy as shit. Like we don't even know what happened to Uncle Ben, because Uncle Ben, they could be like happily divorced and co-parenting or whatever. I don't know, bro. But like we didn't see that loss. We didn't see that growth until the 3rd movie. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do with this 4th movie, which is unheard of for a Spider-Man. Man, half the time we weren't even getting a 3rd movie. You know what I'm saying? So now that we're getting a 4th movie, I really want to see where this goes. I'm disappointed that they're gonna have Punisher and Hulk in it, and it's PG-13. But you know what I'm saying? They got to make it for the kids. But that is my not Tobey Maguire. That is my Spider-Man rant for the day. Shouldn't really have too much else to say about that. But yeah, Thor Ragnarok. I like this one a lot, actually. It was about as close to a Planet Hulk movie I feel like we'll ever get. It was a solid movie overall. It tried to be a little too jokey, in my opinion. Like it just you know what I'm saying? It just tried to be too funny, in my opinion. But it isn't the worst movie they put out. But this is definitely when you can start to see the movie start to decline a little bit. Next up, we have Black Panther. Black Panther was another really solid movie, in my opinion. The CGI at the end was a little pathetic for the budget. But other than that, I really like this movie. Next up, we got Infinity War. Infinity War was the peak of Marvel, in my humble opinion, in my humble onion. They haven't topped this yet, in my opinion. We finally faced Thanos. Thanos has been teased for probably about 10 years now. And then we fucking lose, which was insane. And then we had to wait a whole year for Endgame, which we were on. Like, bro, I saw Infinity War probably 3 times in theaters, bro. Like, I went back and paid for this movie 3 times in theaters, bro. That's how good I thought this movie was. I went back and saw it with some homies. I went back and saw it with my brother. I went back and saw, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like just me and my brother, and then me and my brother and his friend, you know what I'm saying? It was lit. That movie was really good, bro. But yeah, this was one of those movies that had me like from beginning to end, bro. And then I was fucking surprised when it ended, because I was like, there's no way we fucking lose this movie, right? But yeah, overall, Avengers Infinity War, the peak of Marvel, probably their best movie, or yeah, probably one of their best movies they put out. Top 5 for sure. Next up, Ant-Man and the Wasp. I think I saw this one time. I'm not a huge Ant-Man guy, so I didn't really mess with it like that, but you know, who really is, you know? Anyways, Captain Marvel. I only saw this one once. I was not a fan of this one, especially since, you know, this was the movie that they showed us why Fury doesn't have his eye. Nick Fury doesn't have his eye, and made it into a joke, and they blamed it on an alien cat. I don't know, man. That just seemed kind of random, and I don't know. You guys are just trying to be funny. Whatever. Avengers Endgame. This movie was too damn long. Damn long. Honestly, not a lot happened in this movie for it to be 3 hours long. It was enjoyable though. I did rewatch it for this video, low-key. And I really enjoyed the end game fight. I really enjoyed the end scene fight. I really enjoyed I don't know, the middle still kind of drags for me a little bit. And I don't know, the beginning is also a little slow. I feel like we focus a little too much on Hawkeye. I get it, he's like one of the last one, or not even one of the last ones to survive, but like, come on, we gotta focus on Hawkeye. I mean, come on, man. What I will say though is I didn't appreciate how long it took them to find the stones and, you know, really think about, hey, how do we undo this? You know what I mean? Obviously, you know, it takes time, you know, but 5 years? You guys are superheroes, man. Come on, bounce back. I'm not trying to see this, you know, woe is me shit, man. Get in there. Next up, we have Spider-Man Far From Home, probably the strongest Spider-Man movie Tom Holland has, and the one he gets exposed for being Peter Parker. I low-key really enjoyed this one, especially the twist when Mysterio wasn't on Spider-Man's side, because I in my defense, I'm not I gravitated more to like Sandman, like, you know, some of the more, I guess, mainstream villains for Spider-Man, like Sandman, fucking Venom, Carnage. I gravitated to more of those guys, and but you know, when Mysterio like wasn't on his side, and I was like, oh shit, this guy's bad. You know, I really enjoyed that. That was a twist I did not see coming. So overall, I thought this phase was really good. Probably stronger than 1, but weaker than 2, simply because they dropped Ant-Man and the Wasp and Captain Marvel and Endgame, and then Homecoming wasn't that good. So it was better than 1 in my opinion, but definitely weaker than 2 because, you know, Captain America, Winter Soldier. Next up, we're getting to the steeper side of Marvel. This is when they open the multiverse. Jesus Christ. This is some hot ass. So buckle up, boys and girls and everybody in the world. Black Widow. Saw this one once, maybe twice. Not terrible, but it didn't really blow me away. Gave us the backstory to Black Widow. Not necessary. Not a necessary story, but I guess it was a decent filler movie. You know. And then it also introduced the new Black Widow, I guess you could say. Is that what she is? The new Black Widow? I don't know. Next up, we have Shang-Chi. I really like this one, actually. I only really watched it once. Next up, we have Eternals. I watched this one time. I was bored as hell. Maybe I watched it wrong. I don't know. But the only thing I can remember about this movie is that they were super excited to roll out the first Marvel MCU sex scene. And I wasn't impressed. I don't know. I feel like we fucking forgot about the Sentinel thing, or fucking I don't know, the seed that's like literally in the earth, like, and it just froze mid-birth or whatever, and then they just forgot about that. I've seen the speedster clip though. I can't remember her name for the life of me, but the speedster from the Eternals, you know exactly who I'm talking about. The what's her name? Either way, she was fast as fuck, and obviously, and she was beating the shit out of the villain, bro. At the end, that I've seen that scene a couple of times. That's how you ride a speedster, man. But yeah, that one, Eternals just kind of like was a blip. Like nothing really happened in Eternals that mattered. I feel like, besides, you know what I'm saying? What were they doing during slavery, bro? I'm just saying. Okay, moving on. Spider-Man No Way Home. Good nostalgia hit for the first watch, but on the second and third watch, you notice the pauses for the applauses in the theater. You notice it had just too much going on. Then they tried to reverse whatever happened in the last Spider-Man movie, which is everyone knowing who Peter was, making the last movie obsolete yet again. It was just overall, I don't know. I didn't really, I liked it at first, and then I didn't. Multiverse of Madness. Doctor Strange sequel. Dog shit movie. This movie was probably one of the worst things that this like bottom 5 like Marvel movies that they've ever put out, bro. I'm sorry. If you like this movie, I need you to seek help, because I really wanted to like this movie, bro. I really wanted to like this movie. Because I was fighting for my life against my family, bro. My family. Overall, it just was not a good movie. Like, it was just stupid. Like, a Scarlet Witch went crazy, and Doctor Strange used musical notes to fight himself. And then they opened up the multiverse, and then brought back Wolverine, and then that dude just wants to make Greatest Showman too, bro. Like, let that nigga live. Next up, Thor: Love and Thunder. What the fuck? First of all, second of all, why? It started like the beginning of the movie was okay. You know what I'm saying? I really wanted to see, what was he? The God Butcher? It was some God Butcher, bro. I can't remember his name. Christian Bale played him, and I really wanted to see more of him. I liked everything about his character except for the movie that he was in. I liked everything about that guy except for the movie he was in. That movie sucked ass. It was garbage. I never want to see it again. I wish it would be deleted and scrubbed off of all streaming services, actually. Next up, we have Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Not terrible, but it just didn't really make sense at the end, because this dude slimed out your mom and you team up with him? Like, bro. Like, okay, look. I loved Namor. Namor was tough as fuck, bro. That nigga, he blew their shit up and then said, I'll be back in a week. He gave them a time and place. You know what I'm saying? Like, he whooped, what's his name so bad, he had to go read a book about him. He said, he came back, it was like, this dude, his name, Cool Khan. Bro, what? Even the people in the movie were like, this nigga's raw, bro. Like, that shit was crazy. But yeah, I don't understand why Shuri wanted to team up with him. She should have just killed him, because at the end of the day, at the end of the movie, like, he's still plotting on their demise. You know what I'm saying? She let him live, but he's still plotting on them. You know, that was not a sincere, like, yeah, man, we're friends now. No. Anyways. This was definitely the weakest phase so far, in my opinion. We had Black Widow, weak-ass Spider-Man movie, weak-ass Strange movie. They all took away from this era. There was nothing to be done. Everything cancels out. Everything cancels everything out. Nothing really matters in this phase at all. You can tell they're trying to restart, but they just need to keep going and bring out more characters for us to learn and love. You know what I mean? Like, just give us characters like give us some Alpha Flight or some shit, bro. Give us, like, you know what I'm saying? I really want them to go in that direction. Just bring back the X-Men. You know what I'm saying? Reboot X-Men. Do that. Commit to that, please. I don't know what they're doing with this. Let me stop. We're moving on. All right, next up, we have Phase 5, Quantumania. Holy God. Another bottom 3 movies that Marvel has ever put out. Another Ant-Man movie, by the way, guys. Saw this one once. I was bored, horrified, and annoyed. The whole thing was just, bro, the whole thing was bad, bro. It was just bad. Nothing about this movie mattered. It was just 2 hours of saggy fucking ass, bro. It was horrible. It was horrible. I hated this movie so much, bro. There was somebody that got up probably 15 minutes into the movie and left. I thought they were taking their little kids to the bathroom. No, she got up and took her child, and they left the theater. I wish I had followed them. Because 2 hours later, I was stuck with nothing. They just killed Kang, who could have been, bro. I'm not even, bro. Don't even get me started, man. Next up, we got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I can't speak too much on this one. I've fallen asleep twice to it. I think it's Rocket's backstory, but at the same time, like, do I really care that much? I'm sorry. I fuck with Rocket heavy. I'm low key. If I'm healing on Marvel Rivals, I'm probably playing Rocket. You know what I'm saying? But, like, at the same time, bro, I just fallen asleep on it twice, man. I just can't get it. I don't get it. Next up, we have the Marvels. I haven't seen it. I heard it was bottom 3 worst things that Marvel's dropped, and I just took their word for it because they just been missing for the past year or fucking 2 years, however long they've been, however long that last phase was. They've been missing. They've been missing. Next up after the Marvels, we have Deadpool and Wolverine. Another bottom 5, bottom 3, possibly bottom 2 movies for me, bro. It was just annoying to watch. And plus, ever since I heard Ryan Reynolds had his wedding on a plantation, I haven't found him that entertaining, bro. Like, that kind of ruined his movies for me. And that's just me, though. Overall, I didn't really like the dance sequence at the beginning, like I mentioned before. I remember the second time I saw it, I kept looking away. I was eating. I kept looking at my food and coming back, and he was still fucking dancing, bro. I was like, "Are you serious, dude? Are you serious? This is what you wanted to? You were shooting your TikToks, I guess, bro." Either way, man. The fights were decent, but overall, not a good movie. I wouldn't really see it a third time. I'm not really rushing to see it a third. Have I seen it? I might have seen it 2 or 3 times. I saw it in the theaters, and then I think I saw it at least once with my partner. We might have seen it twice. I can't remember. But, yeah. Next up, we have Captain America Brave New World. This might have been one of the worst things. This might be the worst movie that they've dropped. Besides, no, Quantumania is still out there, and I just mentioned Deadpool and Wolverine. So, no, but definitely bottom 5, bottom 3 movie. I hated every second of this movie. They had Gus Fring from Breaking Bad, and he wasn't even enough to carry the movie. Like, and then we didn't even give Red Hulk until the end. And there's no way, listen to me right now, there's no way that he should have been tanking those hits from a Hulk. I don't care if it's Red Hulk, Blue Hulk, Gray Hulk, whatever Hulk, bro. He should not have been tanking those hits when he doesn't even have Super Soldier Serum, bro. I'm sorry. You're still Falcon, buddy. You're still Falcon. Captain America can jump down fucking 50 stories. What did he do? That was Civil War, right? When he jumped out of that building and then landed on the shield. I think that was Civil War. Either way, Captain America can do that. You're taking the elevator, bud. I'm sorry, man. Next up, Thunderbolts. Best thing they dropped in his face. Does not mean it was good, though. I wasn't a huge fan of the characters. The new Black Widow is okay, I guess. I kind of like her, but other than that, I wasn't really a fan of anybody else. I liked Sentry. I really want to like Sentry, but I don't know if he's like Sentry's different in the comics, and obviously everything's gonna be different in the comics than in the movies. But at the same time, I don't think the guy who's playing Sentry really understands that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he understands the character just yet. But this is the first movie; they're still figuring it out. Okay, but this was by far their weakest phase. I was disappointed with each and every single one of these movies. Each one of them, from Quantumania to goddamn Thunderbolts. I was pissed. I even saw Thunderbolts again just to see if it was really that bad, but I still wasn't impressed, bro. They just didn't give us enough of these characters. These characters in Thunderbolts, this is my problem. This is my problem with Thunderbolts. The characters they gave us in Thunderbolts were simply side characters in other movies. Captain America got his own movie. Iron Man got his own movie. Hawkeye just kind of showed up. Hulk had his own movie in, I think, 2013, 2012. So you know what I'm saying, you were familiar with Hulk. You know, Hulk movie dropped recently enough. What else have they done? Like they brought all those characters together. Thor had another movie too. They brought those characters together and then put them on a big screen. These characters, I don't even think they've met. And they're supposed to be the new Avengers. And then who the fuck is the fucking fake ass Captain Meth Erica or whatever the fuck? Like that nigga sucks. I think he was in Falcon and Winter Soldier, but which was also great show, by the way. I didn't even go into the shows for this video, but we can probably talk about that in another one. But yeah, that is pretty much it. We dropped a new Avenger. They dropped a new Avengers. We the people. They dropped a new Avengers movie, but didn't want to introduce anyone. We've seen these characters, but we hadn't really fallen in love with them yet. You know what I'm saying? So they should have dropped a few movies before Thunderbolts to kind of build up these characters so that we can like them a little bit more, but they didn't. So that's why nobody really cared about that movie. Anyways, it has been the big infamous D-Bub, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like on it. If you didn't, still leave a like on it. It's been your boy Infamous. Peace.